Yo, what is going on, Nitrosites? It is your boy, the Nitro General here, and welcome to the Battle of the Blazekins, guys. Welcome to Week 6 of the NPBA against the Texas Blazekins, and against who I personally see as a very big rival of mine, Ninblox Gaming. So, this is going to be a big battle for him. I will get into that in a second. But if you guys are excited for this, make sure you leave a like down below. Subscribe if you guys are new. If you are enjoying the NPBA this season, Season 3, make sure you guys are subscribed. Because guess what? Next week is the last week of the regular season. Depending on how we play this week and next week, we should make playoffs. I think we have to win one of the weeks in order to make playoffs. If we lose this week, then we have to win next week, or I don't know if we will make playoffs or not. It'll depend on our differential, and unfortunately, we don't have a very high differential right now because any of our wins have come down right to the wire. So, but yeah. So hopefully we'll be able to win this. But yeah. So if you guys are liking this, make sure you are leaving a like, subscribing, all that good stuff, sharing this video with your friends, because I am trying to hit 350 subscribers by the end of the year. We only have 3 more months, so like 2 more months. Well, 3 counting next month, I guess. So we have 3 more months. I highly doubt we're gonna do it. We're not even close to 300 yet, but that is my end of the year goal. So yeah. Other than that, guys, like I said, I really do consider Ninblox one of my rivals. Definitely because of the fact that he has yet to beat me on our channel. Like, we fought him last season. We fought him once. In the beginning, we beat him, and then he actually made his way all the way to challenge us for the championship of the NPBA. The final week, we fought him again, and we ended up beating him again for the championship. So we ended up beating him another time on the channel too, in one of just the regular ass showdown videos. So he has a lot that he's trying to prove here, right? He's trying to prove he can finally beat me, and I think he's going to bring literally everything. Plus, he's got one certain Pokemon who he's brought absolutely nuts sets with this season, and it's like so hard for me to try to predict because I gotta try to predict 4 moves with this Pokemon that has like an insane move pool. So yeah, like I said, he's got a really good team. I am really nervous about it, but let's get right into what his team is. So this is his team, guys. His team consists of Mega Lottie, I can't remember which one, it doesn't really matter because they're both the same, Heatran, Swampert, Aegislash, Scolipede, Tapu Fini, Zangoose, who he drafted last season, which ended up not being great, Mandibuzz, Girder, Tangela, and I say Tangela, but I know it's Tangela, and Alolan Golem, right? He's got a lot of really threatening Pokemon. Now, we've already went up against one of the Mega Lotties, and we actually beat it. Shout out to our boy Jackie friggin' Chan for actually being able to come in really clutch with Ice Punch, Bullet Punch to KO it, which was super, super awesome. And then, but it gets so much. He's brought so much insane sets with Lottie this season. He's brought Surf. It gets Earthquake, Thunderbolts. It gets so many it gets so many moves. It gets Energy Ball. It gets so much that it's so hard to try to predict. And yes, we have a really good Mega for this thing. We have Mega Gyarados. But like I said, it does get Thunderbolt. It does get Energy Ball. So it's kind of hard to predict. Heatran's also a slightly issue. Although I don't think he'll bring it because we have 2 Ground-type Pokemon and a good Water type. So I highly doubt he brings this thing because it's really good against we're really good against it. Swampert, it can also consider Stealth Rock, stuff like that. Obviously gets Magma Storm too. Swampert's also kind of good. It is Water Ground. It's not great without its Mega, but he might end up bringing that. I don't know. Again, we don't really have a good Grass type, and we do have Electros though, which might be good against this thing, being that it does get Grass type moves and he switches it in, whatever. Can't set up Stealth Rocks. Again, don't totally know what this thing does too much. Tangela's really good with the Eviolite. Obviously, it's really bulky. Again, we have a pretty decent Fire type, so I highly doubt he's going to bring that along with another really good flying type, and a good... Do we have a good bug type? No, what was our... I can't even remember what our team was off the top of my head. But I don't think he brings that. Aegislash, I think, is a really good bring against us. Obviously gets stance change, it gets King Shield, which we have to worry about. It does get access to Toxic, like a lot of Pokemon do. Flash Cannon, Shadow Ball. I believe it gets access to Sacred Sword. It's a really good Pokemon all around. Alolan Golem, I don't believe he's brought yet this season, and I don't foresee it bringing it against us, although we do have 3 Pokemon that are really good against... Actually, I do foresee him bringing that against us because we have 3 Pokemon that Electric and Rock is really good against. So we do have to worry about that. Scolipede can be pretty scary with Speed Boost. Does get access to a lot of really cool moves like Mega Horn, Poison Jab, Steamroller. Gets a lot of good moves. So Tapu Fini is actually really scary for our team since we don't have anything super good against it except for Kartana. Again, I do think that Electros would be pretty good against this thing because it gets a lot of coverage for it. But again, it is kind of hard to totally guess. Zangoose, like I said, he did draft last season of the NPBA and it wasn't great. Does get access to stuff like Fake Out, does get Toxic Boost, so we have to worry about that. Quick Attack. Mandibuzz, also pretty scary, does get access to Defog, Foul Play, Tailwind, Toxic, a lot of stuff like that, U-Turn. I really do feel like he's going to bring Girder because at one point I was considered drafting Girder and then he took it, so I decided not to. And he said from the very beginning that he should bring it to fight against me. So I do think he's just going to bring it, not because it's really that good against me, but just because he wants to spite me with it. But it does get access to Mach Punch, which is something we do have to worry about. One of the only Pokemon in the format right now that does get access to Mach Punch, so we do have to worry about that. Does get access to Guts, so overall we do have to worry. If I have to pick 6 Pokemon I think he's going to bring, I'm going to say Mega Lottie, I'm going to say Swampert, Aegislash, Tapu Fini, Scolipede, or no, not Scolipede, Golem, and Girder. Those are the 6 that I'm picking. I'm going to get into the team that I'm bringing, and yeah, we'll get right into it. Alright guys, so here we are in the battle. Unfortunately, I did not get to do a team builder for this because by the time I went to record this, I unfortunately had already built my team for the next week, and I couldn't get the exact replica of the team that I brought. So this is the team that we brought. Obviously, we brought Gyarados, we brought Gary, we brought Slimy Slime, Jolt, we brought Paper Cut, we brought Esmeralda, and we brought Beast. I am just running more of a defensive nature with both Gyarados and Gastrodon, but I did end up running Power Whip though on Gyarados, and he ended up bringing both Heatran and Swampert. So luckily I did put Power Whip on this thing, so we don't have to totally worry about Swampert as much coming in. Electros is Choice Specs with Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, and Giga Drain though, and HP Ice. So he does have HP Ice for Lottie. Then we have Kartana, which is, I believe, Steelium Z. That way I can hit a lot of stuff. I made a Steelium Z strictly for Tapu Fini, but it also hits a lot of things just really, really hard. We got Esmeralda here with the Expert Belt with Energy Ball too, just in case, basically for the Tapu Fini, but for the Swampert as well, to be honest with you, even though I didn't think he'd bring it. But it does, we do have Shadow Ball. We are also running the Destiny Bond on this thing as well. So we did run it, so it does outspeed a lot of his Pokemon. Does not outspeed Mega Lottie though, unless it's like speed invested. And then we are actually running Shadow Claw Beast, that way he can't just come in with we are actually, yeah, Shadow Claw and Iron Head too. Iron Head for Tapu Fini, Shadow Claw for Aegislash, so we can't just bring it in and totally wall me. So yeah, that's the team. We're gonna get right into the battle. So unfortunately, did again have to do a post commentary. I am sorry about that. So yeah, we're gonna get right into it. So I decided to lead with Beast. I was thinking that maybe if I got a good Sword Stance up, we could do a lot of damage here. He does just lead Lottie, so which does get access to Focus Blast, but I just decided it was my best bet just to Sword Stance up. which I did, and then he brings out Heatran, which kind of walls me, so I decided to switch into Gastrodon on Stealth Rocks here, which is not too bad, but he does switch into Tapu Fini on the Earth Power, he Nature's Madnesses us, and I actually just Hidden Power Grass, because I am Hidden Power Grass for Tapu Fini and for Swampert as well, so that was one thing I didn't say. Oh no, did not mean to do this. But yeah, so we Hidden Power Grass. He Nature's Madnesses us, and then he actually, Guardians of Alola here, he uses his Z move and doesn't even KO us, and we actually just get the Recover off, which is really nice. So, did not do a lot. He Nature's Madness again. We actually get rid of Tapu Fini now, which is actually really good for... Actually, we don't really even bring Charizard or anything. He Megas up here, and he Energy Balls. He did bring Energy Ball, which does suck a little bit, but I didn't really have anything else to bring in good. I then bring in Esmeralda and decide to Destiny Bond, just in case he decided to go for a Calm Mind or something. And then I decided to go back into Beast on what I assumed was going to be a Fire-type move, and he actually misses the first one. He hits the second one, and now we are Magma Storm, so we are trapped in, so we can't actually switch. And then he Earth Powers us. Doesn't do too much. I get a Crush Claw off, but it doesn't do that much damage. We do get the D-Drop, but unfortunately it's faster than us, and we do just have to let Beast go down here, which does suck. And then I come in with Gyarados. This is my chance to, and I was gonna Dragon Dance up, but I decided it was my best bet to just Waterfall here. And then he goes into Aegislash. So we are Crunch, but I don't know why I didn't go Crunch. Because I figured he was gonna Stance Change here, or Protect. So I go into Paper Cut, and unfortunately I just thought it would, in my best bet, just to knock off. He obviously almost kills Paper Cut. It outspeeds pretty much everything. He does go into Heatran, but I decided to go for a Tailwind on the last turn. That way we would be 100% faster. Come back in with Gary. I decide to just Waterfall again. We almost KO it, but we don't KO it, and it does get an Earth Power off, which isn't great. But we Waterfall again. Hit it really hard. It does go down. He does come in with Latios. I Ice Fang here, don't get the KO, which really sucks. He Energy Balls and does KO me here. But I have, I decided to go into Electros because I do have HP Ice. He Energy Balls does not do that much. I HP Ice and we knock out Latios, which is really big. Then he comes in with Girder. I feel like it's in my best bet to just Thunderbolt here. Or I set up a substitute, that's what it was. He protects to get his burn. I set up a Thunderbolt. He breaks my sub here, and do we? Okay, yeah, and then he Mach Punches here, and obviously doesn't KO. Now here it is, right? I bring in Miss Magius, and I throw the battle, 100%. I didn't even want to play this video. I didn't even want to play this battle because I threw the game. I threw the entire game here, and I'm so mad. I decided to go for Shadow Sneak, and it doesn't KO, and he then knockoffs and KOs and wins the battle. Now, I did the calcs. I knew, as soon as I clicked the button, I knew that I was faster than Girder. I should have Shadow Balled. I had Shadow Ball. I knocked it out. Then I ran all of the calcs, and even if he was max HP, max special defense, which I guarantee he wasn't on Swampert there, we still KO'd with Expert Belt Energy Ball. Every time. Well, actually, we had a 63% chance to KO if he was max defense and max HP, which he definitely was. Even if he was just max HP, we still OHKO'd. If I clicked Shadow Ball here, which I realized directly after I clicked Shadow Sneak, we won the battle. But unfortunately, I decided to go for Shadow Sneak, and he was definitely in the Eviolite max HP, caused him to live, and we threw the battle. I am really mad at myself because if I clicked the right moves, we would have beaten him, and we would have been in one of the best spots that we could have been in the entire league. And it sucks. It really does. It really does. But unfortunately, there's nothing more that I can do. We threw the battle, and hey, Ninblock's got his win finally. I am sorry, guys. I know you expected more out of me, but I knew it. I wasn't at the top of my game. I was busy, and I ended up having to battle right in the middle of being busy. And if I had sat down and thought about it for an extra second, I would have clicked Shadow Ball and won the battle. But unfortunately we didn't, because we did outspeed Swampert all the time, so it's just like, it really sucked. It really did. I'm sorry, guys. I know I have let you down, but now that means next week we have to win. Otherwise, we don't make playoffs. If we lose this next battle, we definitely don't make playoffs. I believe I have to win this one in order to solidify a playoff spot. So we'll see. I'm gonna bring my all tomorrow, but sorry about not having a full team builder for you guys. If you guys did enjoy this, make sure you let me know by hitting that like button down below. Subscribe me if you guys are new. All that good stuff. Other than that, guys, this is going to be it for me. So like I say at the end of every video, I am the Nitro General. I really hope you guys did enjoy. I'll see you in the next one. Nitro General's out.